Southern California is on high alert as a record-breaking heat wave begins to grip the region, sending temperatures soaring and communities scrambling to prepare. The familiar sun-drenched streets are now transformed into shimmering ribbons of heat, and the air itself feels heavy and relentless. Meteorologists are warning that this could be one of the most intense heat waves in recent memory, with the potential to break long-standing records and test the resilience of both people and infrastructure. In places like Palm Springs and El Centro, the mercury is expected to climb well past 110 degrees, creating dangerous conditions for anyone exposed to the elements. The relentless sun beats down on the desert landscape, turning city streets into virtual ovens and leaving neighborhoods eerily quiet as residents seek shelter indoors. Local officials are urging everyone to stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity during peak hours, and check on vulnerable neighbors, especially the elderly and those without access to air conditioning. This isn't just uncomfortable, it's a serious threat. The extreme heat is straining the power grid as air conditioners run non-stop, raising the risk of rolling blackouts. Health officials warn of heat exhaustion and heat stroke, especially for outdoor workers and those without adequate shelter. Meanwhile, the parched hillsides, already dry from months of little rain, are now at even greater risk of igniting, turning the region into a tinderbox where a single spark could trigger a fast-moving wildfire. The National Weather Service has issued extreme heat warnings across Southern California, urging everyone to take immediate precautions. Digital highway signs flash urgent alerts, and emergency broadcasts remind residents to stay cool and be vigilant. Cooling centers are opening their doors, offering a safe haven for those who need relief from the oppressive heat. Local authorities are emphasizing the importance of staying informed and following official guidance as the situation evolves. For first responders, this marks the start of a demanding and potentially dangerous week. Firefighters, paramedics, and police are bracing for a surge in emergency calls, from heat-related illnesses to potential wildfires. Their training and readiness will be put to the test as they work long hours in grueling conditions, ensuring the safety of their communities. Across the region, emergency crews are ramping up preparations. Firefighters are checking wildfire equipment and reviewing evacuation plans, while paramedics stock ambulances with extra supplies for heat emergencies. Police officers coordinate outdoor briefings, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The sense of urgency is palpable, as everyone understands that the coming days could bring significant challenges. Every resident, from the breezy coast to the arid desert, will feel the impact of this heat wave. Families are urged to take extra care, keeping children and pets indoors and making sure to drink plenty of water. The elderly and those with health conditions are especially vulnerable, and neighbors are encouraged to check in on one another. In small desert towns and bustling cities alike, the community spirit will be crucial in helping everyone get through the sweltering days ahead. As Southern California faces this unprecedented heat wave, the region's readiness and resilience will be put to the test. Emergency operations centers are fully staffed, monitoring hotspots and coordinating resources. The actions taken now, by officials, first responders, and everyday residents, will determine how well Southern California weathers the days ahead and how quickly it can recover once the heat finally breaks. A red flag warning is more than just a weather alert. It's the highest level of fire weather warning issued by the National Weather Service. When you see that red flag flying, it means conditions are so dangerous that even the smallest spark could turn into a raging wildfire within minutes. These warnings are not issued lightly. They are a call to action for everyone in the community. Strong, gusty winds whip through the landscape, humidity drops to critically low levels, and relentless heat bakes the ground. Together, these ingredients create explosive wildfire conditions, where flames can race across fields and hillsides faster than you can imagine, threatening homes, wildlife, and lives. In places like Los Angeles and Ventura counties, the risk is especially high. Here, even a single spark from a lawnmower blade striking a rock or a metal chain dragging along the road can ignite dry brush and set off a chain reaction. What starts as a tiny flame can quickly become a disaster, fueled by the wind and parched vegetation. That's why, during red flag warnings, everyone is urged to take extra precautions. It's not just about avoiding obvious fire risks, like lighting campfires or burning debris. It means putting off yard work, stowing away equipment, and being mindful of anything that could create a spark, no matter how small. No mowing, no campfires, and no outdoor grilling. Even activities that seem harmless, like using power tools or parking a hot car on dry grass, can be dangerous. The goal is to eliminate every possible source of ignition until the danger passes. Drivers are asked to be extra careful too, avoiding parking on dry vegetation, checking that their vehicles aren't dragging anything, and watching for signs of smoke as they travel through fire-prone areas. The red flag warning puts the entire community on notice. Fire prevention isn't just the job of firefighters, it's everyone's responsibility. Neighborhoods come together, sharing information and reminding each other to stay vigilant. This particular warning is especially dangerous, coinciding with a relentless heat wave and unstable air. These conditions can make fires behave unpredictably, jumping roads and barriers, and spreading in unexpected directions. First responders are on high alert, moving equipment and personnel to high-risk areas, and responding aggressively to any sign of smoke. Their readiness can mean the difference between a small fire and a major disaster. The message is clear: vigilance and prevention are critical. By working together and staying alert, we can stop catastrophe before it starts and protect our homes, our land, and each other. As the heat wave and red flag warning hit, fire stations across Southern California spring into action. Crews meticulously check engines, hoses, and wildland gear, ensuring everything is ready for immediate deployment. Firefighters inspect their protective equipment and review fire shelters, knowing readiness can save lives. Strike teams are put on standby, ready to deploy anywhere at a moment's notice. Briefings focus on local hazards, escape routes, and the latest weather forecasts. Firefighters prepare mentally and physically, hydrating and packing high-energy food for grueling shifts. This comprehensive preparation, of equipment, strategy, and self, forms the backbone of their response. When the call comes, they're ready to face the danger head-on. Captain John Miller of the LA County Fire Department stands at the front of the room, his voice steady as he addresses his team. "When a forecast like this hits, we shift into high gear," he explains. For Miller and his crew, a red flag warning isn't just a weather update, it's a call to action that sets everything in motion. The mood in the station changes instantly, and every firefighter knows what's at stake. "It's not if, but when and where," Miller says, echoing the reality that wildfires are inevitable in Southern California's dry season. The team studies the latest maps and weather reports, searching for any sign of trouble. Every gust of wind, every spike in temperature is a potential threat. Staffing increases, days off are canceled, and crews pack bags for extended deployments. These bags hold the essentials for days on the line: extra clothes, food, and reminders of home. The sense of urgency is palpable as firefighters double-check their gear, knowing they could be gone for days or even weeks. "We make sure our families are prepared so we can focus on the job," Miller says. Before heading out, each firefighter takes a moment with loved ones, sharing quick hugs and words of reassurance. It's a sacrifice that weighs heavily, but it's necessary for the work ahead. Every call, no matter how routine, is treated as a potential wildfire ignition. Even a small spark can become a major incident in these conditions, so the team responds with maximum caution and speed. There's no room for complacency. "We'd rather be criticized for sending too much than for not sending enough," Miller insists. Over-preparation is a point of pride, not a flaw. The department's philosophy is clear: it's better to have resources waiting than to be caught off guard. Miller recalls a recent fire stopped quickly thanks to pre-positioned resources. Preparation saved homes and lives. The crew's rapid response made all the difference, containing the flames before they could threaten the neighborhood. The lesson is clear: readiness isn't for show, it's what keeps disaster at bay. Every drill, every briefing, every moment spent preparing is an investment in the safety of the community. For Captain Miller and his team, this is more than a job. It's a commitment. It's what they train for, every day, knowing that their preparation could mean the difference between catastrophe and control. Paramedics and EMTs face a surge in emergencies during heat waves, preparing ambulances with extra IV fluids, ice packs, and cooling supplies. Rapid response is critical. Heat stroke can cause permanent damage or death in minutes. They review protocols for heat-related illnesses, from cramps to life-threatening heat stroke, and watch for subtle warning signs. Calls range from elderly residents without AC to children left in hot cars. Chronic health conditions worsen in the heat, so paramedics anticipate a wide range of emergencies. They also protect themselves, staying hydrated and monitoring each other for heat stress. Teamwork and self-care are essential. An exhausted medic can't save lives. Their readiness is a lifeline for the community. Police and sheriff's deputies play a vital support role during heat waves and fire danger. They coordinate evacuation plans, manage traffic, and enforce fire safety regulations. Officers on patrol are extra vigilant, reporting smoke or suspicious activity immediately. They conduct welfare checks on vulnerable residents and help staff cooling centers. In wildfires, law enforcement issues evacuation orders, manages road closures, and protects evacuated homes. Their calm, organized presence is crucial in chaotic situations. Their preparation is a key part of the region's safety net. Triple-digit heat puts the body under immense stress, and when sweating isn't enough, heat stroke can strike fast. Heat stroke is a medical emergency. Call 911 immediately if you see confusion, high body temperature, or dry, hot skin. Move the person to a cool place and use wet cloths or ice packs while waiting for help. The elderly, young children, and those with chronic illnesses are most at risk, but even healthy people can succumb if they overexert. Certain medications can worsen heat risk. Recognizing symptoms and acting quickly can save lives. Prevention starts with awareness. Know the signs and don't hesitate to seek help. First responders urge everyone to stay informed and prepared during a heat wave. Hydrate constantly. Don't wait until you're thirsty. Avoid sugary drinks, caffeine, and alcohol, which dehydrate you. Limit outdoor activity, especially from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wear light, loose clothing if you must go out. Never leave children or pets in cars. Temperatures inside can become deadly in minutes. Create defensible space around your home and have a family emergency plan ready. Know your evacuation routes and keep a go bag with essentials. Check on elderly or vulnerable neighbors to ensure they're safe and cool. Fire prevention and community vigilance are everyone's responsibility. Your actions can save lives, yours, your family's, and your neighbors. As the heat wave intensifies, first responders stand ready, but community action is just as vital. Extreme heat and fire warnings are urgent calls to action, not background noise. Stay hydrated, stay indoors, and avoid activities that could spark a fire. Stories from the front lines show that preparation works. Minor incidents don't become disasters when everyone is ready. Residents' readiness allows emergency services to focus on immediate threats. Navigating a heat wave is a shared responsibility. Let's look out for each other. Together we can withstand the heat, prevent fires, and keep our neighborhoods safe. The heat is on and Southern California is on alert.